Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Rapper here. So today I'm taking along some of very important people from East Africa. So let me just let her introduce herself.
Hi. So guys, I'm Liv Kenya from Kenya. You just had Liv Kenya, LIV Kenya, and we are here in Namibia. We were just passing by, and guess what? Guess who's hosting us? This kind lady. She's so generous. She's taking good care of us. We cannot complain. It's so hot, but she's ensuring we are comfortable. So watch her content. We've come this far because she's amazing. So keep watching.
And you guys, one thing before I forget, they traveled from Kenya to SA by road.
Yes.
Is that not amazing? If you like it, please just subscribe already and like this video.
Yes, and follow the entire trip. We came all the way from Nairobi by road. We went to Tanzania. We explored Tanzania, and then we crossed over. We went to Zambia, and then we crossed over from Zambia. We went to Zimbabwe for like a short while, and then we went back to Zambia again, and we went to Botswana, and we've been exploring South Africa for the last 2 weeks. We also went into Lesotho. How often do you hear anyone going to Lesotho? Oh my God, Lesotho is one of the most beautiful countries I've ever been to. You need to actually watch that video. So follow my videos. Right now, we crossed over to Namibia just a day ago, and so far Namibia is awesome. It's hot, but I know it's awesome. I'm going to go explore the city. So you guys, there is a lot to see in my YouTube channel, and I hope my Namibian audience will grow, because so far I have so many audience from all over Kenya and all other countries. I have very few in Namibia, and she's one of them. So people from Namibia, South Africa, and everywhere else, all her audience, you might want to check out my video. We do exclusive content, detailed content. If you want to follow the same route, you can easily get all the details from my video. So stay tuned.
Yes, so there's content coming up on a channel.
Yes.
Make sure you go to a channel, and if you want to know about Tanzania, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Lesotho,
Kenya,
SA, Namibia,
Uganda.
Kenya, it's like she's actually a travel vlogger, guys, and just go subscribe to her YouTube channel. And if you're coming from my channel, just say that you're coming from
just say
channel.
you sent by her. So the channel is Liv Kenya. I'm Olivia, so the short form for Olivia is Liv, LIV, and then Kenya, KENYA.
Yes, I will put her name somewhere on the screen
so that you guys can go and check it out.
Yes.
But you guys, I know why you watch her videos. She's an awesome person. And she doesn't even know it. That is the whole trick. She doesn't even know it. So I'm not lying. She's an awesome person. So check out her videos.
Alright guys, we'll see you on the other side. All the way from Kenya.
Tanzania. This is Zambia. There was a Zimbabwe somewhere that we did not put, and then back to Zambia, through Botswana. We went to South Africa, passed through Lesotho, South Africa again. Right now we are in Namibia. And then we'll go back through Zambia, and then this time we want to go directly to Tanzania. We'll pass through Malawi before we go back to Tanzania, and then back to Nairobi, Kenya.
So which countries that you are not driving through now on your way back home that you drive through when you're coming back?
Let me see. Botswana. We won't be passing through Botswana. Botswana and Lesotho, we won't be passing through these two.
And Namibia will be new, and Malawi.
Yes, Namibia and Malawi will be the new route. They'll be the different countries. Let me count. 2, 3, 4, 7. So there are almost 7 countries, because it is Tanzania, Malawi, Zambia, that is 3, Zimbabwe 4, Botswana 5, South Africa 6, Lesotho 7, Namibia 8.
Yo, I guess I've traveled. Okay, so guys, we are now here. Live Kenya, they had a small accident, so we are fixing. We came at the garage to fix the car, and while we are waiting for the car to be fixed, I just want to ask her some few questions. Since she's a travel vlogger, like, when did you start traveling?
First of all, you see the way you feel like I've traveled a lot. I don't feel that way. But I have insights here or there. So the question is, how did I start traveling?
Yes.
Now, traveling is in my family. Now, when my father was a civil servant, and in Kenya, civil servants move from one town to another. Just even after 2 years, you're taken to a different town. Transfers are all over. So somehow you will travel by force. Now, because my father used to travel a lot, whenever he would find somewhere nice, maybe over the weekend he would come and pick me, and then he will take me somewhere, and then he will be showing, you see that is a train, it leaves every day at 6 and it passes through it, I don't know where. So the next time we are using the similar route the train used, he will be explaining everything to me. So somehow I got interested in traveling. But now I had not been traveling much, especially from, I think when my dad passed on, I did not travel much. So for some period there was a blackness or darkness. It was just blank in matters traveling. So when I got to have my own money, I was like, I have to go back to traveling, because I like seeing nice places. I like seeing natural things. The things we learned in geography, I really like to see how they really come to life. I'm a very social person, so I like anything about the people, knowing something new about people, understanding culture, so that, the more you understand people's culture, the more you appreciate yours, the more you appreciate theirs, the more you don't judge. So I was trying to be in that position.
Okay.
Yeah, so since then I just started traveling here and there. I would just take myself for a weekend, maybe in a hotel, maybe somewhere in Watamu. Maybe someone said, there's this beautiful hotel that I went to over the last weekend, and then I'll just say, I'll go there. I just save some money and I go there. And I came to realize that, you see those places that people usually say, some people make it appear as if you cannot get there, it's unaffordable and all that. Just go there. You'll realize that it's just, it's not as expensive as people say it is, but it could be so beautiful. And also when you talk to the locals around that place, you might find out other places that you never thought existed. So the trick is, don't be afraid of going anywhere. No matter how expensive people say it is, just go.
Even if I don't think I have enough money?
Just save up a little and get there. Once you get there, you'll realize that maybe some of those expenses were not like part of that entire package. Maybe let's say this, someone could tell you, you need to go to Masai Mara in Kenya. Maybe you saw someone in a hot air balloon. Now that one is the fancy version of it. Hot air balloon or helicopter, and maybe they've put there that they spent maybe, let me use dollars. Maybe they use maybe $1,000 for that entire experience. And then when you get there, you realize that you cannot use the hot air balloon. You cannot afford a helicopter, but you can afford the tour trucks. You can just get into the tour trucks, get the same experience. Yeah. So you see, yes, there's always a cheaper way of getting things. So, and that is what my content is about, a cheaper way of getting the same experience that other people get.
Okay.
Yes.
And actually, how most of her travels, she travel by road, like she drive.
Yes.
So what challenges have you encountered while you are traveling on the road?
On the road, mostly when you go to different countries, at times we've had some encounter with policemen, traffic police. There's some traffic police who like targeting foreign number plates.
Oh.
Yes, so you might have that issue, but that is why you have to ensure that before you get into a country, you've researched to find out all the requirements for a foreigner to travel in a particular country. Once they realize you have all the documents, there's nothing they can do. Yeah. They will try to push for you to give them money, but if you have the right documents, there's nothing they will get. Now the police is the first problem. At times, even especially on road, you might have to travel for a very long time. Like yesterday, we covered around 900
Yo,
kilometers.
you guys, I salute.
Yes, we might for 900 kilometers. Of course, you'll be stopping at different places, maybe having lunch, fueling your car, maybe just stretching. And if you've crossed a border, maybe you need SIM cards or to register one or two things, or maybe to clear the border. So it might take a longer time. Maybe you are supposed to travel for maybe 9 hours. It might extend up to 12 hours. And in that case, you might have to travel at night. And driving at night is not always very comfortable.
Yeah, especially if the place is new.
Yes, if the
you
place is
don't
new.
even know whether you should speed up
Yes.
or not. Is the place safe for you to be
Yes,
slow?
exactly.
There are actually some challenges.
The other disadvantage of that is that you're a traveler, you're an adventurer, you want to see things. Now at night you won't see much.
Oh, it's right.
The road just looks the same. You might end up being bored at some point. You'll almost feel drowsy. But that is why the other thing is don't drive alone.
Oh,
Always have someone, especially if you're going on a long distance. Don't drive alone, so that you must have at least one more person who can drive, so that you can keep exchanging. So whenever you're tired, the other person can take over. You can be each other's co-driver. So there is the police, the driving at night, and
getting a second driver.
yes, getting a second driver is very important. Mostly that. The rest are just manageable. Yeah, mostly
So
that.
you guys, if you are planning to travel by road, you have heard. I hope you take some of these tips. They're gonna help you in future if you are planning to travel by road.
Yeah.
So okay, since you are from Kenya, and Kenya is one of the countries that is on my bucket list.
She really wants to come to Kenya, and
Guys,
we tell her visit Kenya. It's
Guys,
worth it.
you must donate for your girl.
Ensure she gets there, because Kenya they usually say Kenya is 50 countries in one, because in Kenya you have everything. We have the deserts, we have sand dunes, we have islands, we have so many lakes, we have what else? We have cities, we have trains, if that is your kind of thing. We have culture. You have very, very interesting culture. We have the Swahili culture, we have the Maasai culture, we have the Bantu tribes also have a different culture. People just know of Maasais, but Kenya has more than 42 tribes. So there is a lot of culture to learn from Kenyans. And also we have our Matatu culture. And then you learn our language. Okay, in Kenya we mostly speak in English and Swahili. But now our Swahili, at times that those people, if you go at the coast, they speak a more pure Swahili. But when you go to Nairobi, there is now a dialect of Swahili. It's called Sheng. It's a mixture of Swahili, English, and some of our local languages. So Kenya is diverse. Kenya has the most friendly people you'll ever come across. You see the way other countries, when foreigners come in, they're like, we don't like foreigners. Kenyans love foreigners. That is why you should visit Kenya. We love foreigners. We love new people. We love learning new things about people.
And the other thing, I actually...
Before that, we have food. Our food is a bit expensive, but we have our own. We have githeri, we have mutura. Mutura is like sausage. You guys have your own sausage. So mutura is our Kenyan sausage. We have nyama choma. Of course, ugali is like pap. We have, what else? We have pilau and biryani, the Kenyan version. We have like what do you call it? We have alia. Alia is like, it's almost like biltong, but with a different twist. We have fish. Oh, Nile perch. Kenya is the land of Nile perch. We have so much like Nile perch. We basically have everything. Come to Kenya.
Okay, like I think if I get a chance to go to Kenya, one thing I want to try is to use the SGR. I actually never been in a train.
Are you serious?
Very serious. And that's one thing that I want to experience.
Do you have a train in Namibia?
We have, but I don't think they transport people.
Oh, for cargo. Okay.
So that is one thing I want to try. And the matatu. Guys, the way you guys are so graphic or how will I call
The
it?
art on the matatus.
Oh, like if the bus looks like this from outside, how about inside?
Let me tell you, it is what you're talking about. Matatu is called the matatu culture in mostly Nairobi. They are also in other towns, but in Nairobi it's where it's more dominant.
Yeah.
So our matatus, matatus are actually buses for public service. So the matatus have very interesting graffiti on the outside. It's just pure art. Pure art. You won't find one matatu looking like the other.
Oh.
Each matatu has its own face. So, and then they usually fix some lighting, some disco lighting here and there, yes. And even outside, some LED lights here and there. And then we have some disco music. Now when you get into the matatu, you'll feel like you are in a small disco. By the time you get to your destination, you'll be entertained.
Oh. I want to ask one question. Do people now dance in the bus, or we are just listening to music while we are sitting?
You can dance if you want. Nobody will stop
okay.
you. But we are used to it, so most of the time people don't dance.
Oh.
But you are used to it. But actually in the matatu is where you'll get to know some new songs that came out, because we put a lot of local songs, a lot of Kenyan songs, a lot of East African songs, even Afrobeats, amapiano. We put everything. So you'll get to know so many new songs from there. You'll hear one song once, twice, thrice. The next time you're singing along.
Okay. For those people that want to travel to Nairobi only, let me say your budget is limited. What will I advise them to do in Nairobi? What can they do in Nairobi only?
Nairobi is a big city. Nairobi is one of the proper cities in Africa.
Okay.
I've gone to many cities and I tell you, Nairobi is a proper city.
Guys, if you agree, just leave a comment. Let's see here.
Yes. You see, every time there is a fight between whether Dar es Salaam and Nairobi, the fight between Dar es Salaam and Nairobi, which one is a bigger city? All I can say is Nairobi is a proper city, and they usually say don't play with what. You see, the way Cape Town is the mother city in the southern part of Africa. Now Nairobi, that is what Nairobi is in the East African side. Yes, okay. Nairobi is a big city. You'll go to even the outskirts and you still think that you're in the CBD. Yes, the outskirts are so developed. You think that there's some estates that when you live in, you won't have to go to the CBD because it has everything.
Wow.
They have modern buildings. The skyscrapers are very high. I've not seen any skyscrapers in Namibia so far.
You only found them like in town itself. You will see later.
There are skyscrapers even in the estates.
Yeah, and I want to ask the Giraffe Center. Is it far from Nairobi or is it within
Giraffe
Nairobi?
Center is within Nairobi.
Oh.
So there are many. If you want to feed the giraffe, there are so many places you can go to. Okay. There is Giraffe Center and there is Giraffe Manor. The most Instagrammable, is it hotel or place, is the Giraffe Manor. All the celebrities from all over the world come to Giraffe Manor. It's a hotel with an experience of feeding the giraffes. Wow. There's a conservancy for giraffes there. It is a very picturesque experience, I would say. But if you don't have that kind of money, it's a lot of money. It's almost, how much? Almost, in Kenyan shillings, it's almost 70,000 Kenyan shillings.
Okay.
Yes. And if I do an exchange of 10 Kenyan shillings, it's almost 7,000.
Oh, Namibian.
Yes. Per night, it's something else.
Wow.
But if you don't have that money, you can still feed your giraffe. You can still have the giraffe experience in Giraffe Center. Oh. It is much cheaper.
I think I understood now why most of the video I've seen it's on Giraffe Center.
That amount of money is 70 is a lot. So people just prefer to go to Giraffe Center. You can go to Giraffe Center. You can, if you have the money, you can go to Giraffe Manor. We have the most diverse hotels and restaurants in Kenya. There are those high-end hotels, including the one that Obama stayed in. It's called Kempinski. There are some that are just restaurants, very beautiful restaurants. We have too many. We have, there's another one called Inti. There are so many. In fact, there's a whole documentary in that effect. You can just find most most beautiful restaurants in Kenya, or most exclusive restaurants in Kenya. You will see there are so many. So you might want to visit our restaurants. We ensure that you get one of the festivals in Kenya. You need to see how Kenyans party. We know how to party.
So around what time of the year do you guys party?
We usually have Oktoberfest.
Oh.
We have events almost all weekends. So when you come to Kenya, just try to do some research in advance to see which events are in.
Oh.
Yes, we have Solfest. We have like...
We have a lot.
We have... You just need to ensure you get one of the functions. You see how Kenyans dance, how Kenyans party. That one is one. You need to go to national parks or Giraffe Center or Giraffe Manor. We have some of the best national parks around. Okay, you need to try our food, try our street food, but ensure you have someone who will take you to the right places, because we are hustlers, so that you cannot get food that has yesterday's food. Yes,
my goodness.
Yes. So you can be directed. Okay, you need to try the matatus, the matatu culture. Yes, the matatu culture. We have commuter trains. They're just the local ones from one part of the city to another. They're actually nice too. There's actually a lot to see in Nairobi, I would say. Yes. Oh, hey, we have the expressway. Oh my God.
Oh, I have seen from the... I don't know if it's from the airport, but most of the people vlog from the airport to the...
You see how the roads look?
So beautiful.
It's like you're not in Kenya.
I feel like somehow Kenya has beautiful roads.
Infrastructure-wise, we have really upped our game. If you compare to where we were, like maybe the last 20 years, we are somewhere, I would say. We are actually somewhere. And that is why Nairobi is usually the green city. It's actually Nairobi is under the sun. Yeah, the green city under the sun. It's actually the only town, the only city in the world that has a national park. So you might want to do some safari in Nairobi National Park. There is literally everything. Wow. Even when you go to Nairobi National Park, you can feed the giraffes.
Oh,
yes, there is a side. There is a sanctuary on the side where you can feed the giraffes. So kids go there every time, and Kenyans love traveling. So whenever you go, I assure you will get Kenyan somewhere.
Wow.
Oh, something else. If you must study in Kenya. We have good education. If you're from outside Kenya, you know Kenyans are good managers. Kenyans are very educated. Kenyans are smart. So our education is good. If you can bring your kid to Kenya to study, good for you.
And also looking at in this YouTube street, Kenyans are actually doing better in that area.
Content creation.
Yes. They are so creative. Ideas that okay, I'm not saying Namibians are not creative or other countries are not creative, but Kenyans are doing the most.
Yes, we are. That one is for sure. You always have to come up with something unique, because if you just think of anything, somehow someone has done it, but you have to find a way of making it your own, do some research and add some creativity to it. Don't just deliver something like the way you're doing, maybe 10 questions with Liv. And then tomorrow someone else is also coming to do 10 questions with Liv. Like, surely, why can't you just give it a twist? Give it a twist. Make it your own. Yes. So we know how to... There are people who live fully. Like content creation is their career. So every day you wake up, you have to think of something. What would my audience want to see? What is the thing that I enjoy that I would like my audience to see as I do it? You know? So at the end of the day, it has to be something that you like. Like for us, traveling, by the way guys, you see what we usually show you? Most of the time is not even half what we've seen. Because it's just the ice of the tea bag. That is why, as much as we are showing you all these places, you need to go there as well, because there are some things that someone has to see with their own eyes. Some experiences you have to experience it by yourself, you see. And also, while we are like myself and my friends, we love traveling, we usually ensure that we also enjoy the travel, so that even if we create content, we actually show how we enjoyed it. Yes. We also enjoy it, because at the end of the day, you've used money. Why are you there? We are not just there to create content. You're also there to enjoy life.
I agree with
so
you.
There has to be a balance between content creation and actually loving what you do. So if you create content of something that you actually love, you'll never run out of ideas. But because, guys, let me tell you something about content creation. you can actually run out of ideas. That is a fact.
And won't it be that too risk for those people that do YouTube on full time? Like I know in Namibia, we don't have by far. I don't know anyone who do YouTube as a full time content creator. Because I don't know, maybe they don't take it that serious, or is it because now with Namibian audience, the resources are limited, if I may say so. But won't it be a risk? Like, let me say now, advising, will you advise someone to do full-time
Yes.
content creation?
Yes, I don't do full-time content creation because before I even started content creation, I had a full-time job.
Oh,
Yes, so and on top of the full-time job, I have other side hustles. You know, I was taught that you cannot put all your eggs in one basket.
yeah.
So you must have at least 3, 4, even 10, up to 10 sources of income. So YouTube is one of them for me. I have a full-time job. I have businesses that I'm running, and I intend to also I intend to convert the YouTube thing into an actual traveling consultancy. So that I'll have my website where you can get the guides, like this road trip that we made. I will refine it and then put it like a guide so that someone can buy. If you need travel consultancy, I'll be also dealing with that. That is also some sort of source of income, but you know, it's around something that I like, so
Yeah.
I won't get bored.
I remember also in your content, someone was asking, why can't you be a tour guide? Or to like take us through Kenya when you are coming to Kenya, because the confidence and how you research, you are more knowledgeable. Like you don't just go anywhere without doing your research. You do your research and you really deliver.
Yes.
So guys, by far, if you are watching and you haven't subscribed to a YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe to Live Kenya.
It will be worth your while, trust me.
I agree with you.
So in Kenya, you know, now the way we used to be taught in school that a career is being a doctor, an engineer, a nurse, a policeman, like that. Nowadays in Kenya, children are being taught that content creation is actually a career.
Wow.
Because the truth is, content creators have a lot of money as compared to those white collar jobs.
Because I'm seeing some of the people that have qualifications in Kenya, they are doing content creation. They put their qualifications aside to create content.
Yes.
And
Content creation pays.
actually never, I don't know, but I haven't seen it yet in Namibia. So guys, be the first one to be a full-time content creator if you're watching this and you're from Namibia.
Show us the challenge.
Yes.
Because content creation in Kenya, it actually pays. And it is just what is funding this trip for me. It's actually funds the trips. Yes. I know you can't believe it, but it's true. It funds the trip.
Wow.
And you see the research that you see, my content is very informative, entertaining, a little bit of everything. And it's because before I travel, you realize that I don't travel alone. I travel with my friends, and we all love traveling. And each one of us is somehow benefiting from the travel. We have a blogger among us. We have an editor and a videographer. We have a content creator. Now me, I'm the face. But behind Live Kenya, there are a lot of people. We help each other in doing the research. Every time we see a very nice review, like, where is this place? We need to research. We do the research, how to get there, what are the requirements, how much does it cost, which country is it. We do all that. So that by the time we're going to a country, we have an idea of how we're going. Even we have an idea of where we'll be staying. Do you know, even in our itinerary, we usually put up to the available accommodations.
Oh.
Yes, the distance to be covered, available accommodations. In this country, you need to stay like in this town for these days. That is how we do it. So behind Live Kenya, they are friends. Actually, Live Kenya started just like a joke, by the way, because we've been traveling, but we don't document it.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
For me, actually, I think YouTube is the one that has made me a bit brave in front of the camera. I used to go to very nice places and I would not take even a photo. And then later when I sit down and I'm trying to remember that place, how did it look like?
Yes.
I can't even remember, or I just remember bits and pieces. So we decided to record it so that every time we want to relive that moment, we can easily go back and check. This is like a story of our life. So we can still go back and check. We'll still remember it cost us this amount and all that. So that every time someone wants to ask you anything, you just tell them, just watch this video. It has all the information. Because even after I've created the content, you can't tell me I'll remember everything to the T. But as long as I can go back and confirm, I'm good. So nowadays I take so many photos. By the way, if you follow me on if you follow me on my social media, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I usually post, but I don't post like every day. But I'm working on that. Do you know why? I have too many photos. I have too many videos. At times I'm just confused. I don't know which one to post, and then I end up not posting.
Yeah. It's normal. Okay, let me ask you another question. For your traveling, how your essay trip, how long have you had that idea in mind?
It's been some time.
Over a year.
Yes, I would say. It was just something that like the way right now we know. Next year somehow we have to go to outside Africa. Maybe we might go to Turkey. We wanted to go, before we came to SA, we wanted to go to Turkey, and then there was that earthquake that happened. Yes, so we had to postpone it. So next year we might go to Turkey. Next year we might come back to Namibia to now do a thorough tour around Namibia. Next year you might go to Ethiopia. We have a couple of countries that are in our bucket list. So we usually just, with time, we select which one we want to go to, and we plan for it. So coming to South Africa, this was a dare. This was a dare, and it became real the day I posted it. The day I posted that I've done 2 major trips this year, actually 3. One is a trip around Uganda. So guys, go and watch. They are in pieces. I usually make it like a series. Each trip is like a series. This one is called Nairobi to Cape Town series. The one I had before this one was Lake Victoria Circuit. If you know Lake Victoria, it's the biggest freshwater lake in Africa. If you just put the map of Africa, it's the only blue thing you see there in the eastern side of Africa, and it's divided. It has like 3 countries: Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. They all share Lake Victoria, and then Uganda. I had gone to Uganda before, but just briefly. So I wanted to do like a thorough tour around Uganda. It was 2.5 weeks, or was it 3? So there is the Uganda series, there is the Lake Victoria Circuit series, and there's this one, Nairobi to Cape Town series. So usually the series has so many episodes, but as I post the episodes, maybe 1 or 2 per week. Once I'm done posting the episodes, I usually give a breakdown of the expenses and the culture shocks that I encountered. After that, I usually combine all those episodes into one documentary. So if you are not the kind of person who will wait for one episode and then another one, you just wait for the full documentary to watch like how the entire trip is. So we usually make it like, we give it names, like Victoria Circuit and all that. So we usually say like the one in Turkey, maybe we'll give it a name, and then it becomes a series whereby we go to different places. It could have even up to 20 episodes. And you know, our episodes are usually long, up to 30 minutes, at times 45 minutes.
It's usually interesting when you have longer episodes, so that if I'm bored and I want to watch something, you can't give me something of 5 minutes and what next? So guys,
so that is how I plan it. So that we have a bucket list of countries we need to go to. So we usually just plan it in advance. We might say today we are going to Turkey, and then when it comes to tomorrow, we're like, no, let's not go to Turkey. Let's go to Botswana or something of that sort. So after that, we now start doing the research. The research usually takes a long time, even up to 3 months. You do a lot of research, you come up with the itinerary. As you're coming up with the itinerary, you're also confirming the amount of money that you need. So there's the saving up part. They're also doing the checks and balances of if you have all the equipment you need and how much do you have in the account. So there's always that whole process.
So you guys have a joint account?
Not necessarily a joint account. Everyone has their own account. There are some expenses that are catered for by the channel. There are some expenses that you cater for yourself. you see. So there's always that. But for me, the channel finances everything. The channel finances everything. It matters traveling. But if I want to buy myself a gift, I want to do my own shopping, it's not the channel. That one now is my personal account. It can't be the channel. So somehow the channel, it gives back. It gives back what, once I've created the content, like this trip, our budget was, how much is that? It's almost 220.
20,000.
20,000. It's not 20,000. It's almost, if you do the exchange rate, it's almost 220. It's almost, is it 220? 22,000 Namibian dollars.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was the budget. We are still within the budget, but we know we've added more days, so we might blow.
Oh, you might
we might go over.
budget.
Yeah, so there's usually that amount that we put just in case.
Oh, the safety.
Yes.
See, maybe safety money. Or,
Yes.
Yeah, in case you exceed your budget.
Yes.
So we'll continue later since Live Kenya is still around.
Yeah.
I will see you guys a bit later.
So ensure you check out the entire conversation. If you have any questions for me, please write them somewhere. I will answer. I usually answer, by the way. And you can also follow me on all my social media: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I'll go by Live Kenya. So if you have any questions, you can also write there. And please like the video. I'm sure you've gotten some information that you didn't know. Like this video and comment below. So until next time.